I am running ads on Google. How many keywords should I be targeting? Is there a good number to shoot for? Okay, so this is kind of a tricky question because there's a lot of unknown variables to this one. So when it comes to running Google ads, what I like to do is the first thing is I like to have a dedicated landing page for every single practice area or every single thing that I'm running ads for. So, for example, if I'm a criminal defense attorney and I'm running ads for DUI and domestic violence and then a couple other things, I want to have a dedicated DUI page and a dedicated domestic violence page and a dedicated assault and battery page and a dedicated drug page and all the different things that you're actually running ads for. A lot of times what I see is I see a criminal defense attorney that will basically pick every single practice area under the sun and just throw it all in one campaign and send people to your homepage, which is a horrible idea because what you want to do, like, because clicks are so expensive that you need to get a really good quality score. And a quality score is it's combining a bunch of different things that Google, basically a higher quality score means that Google thinks that your ad is likely to perform better. Perform better meaning people are more likely to A, click on it, and B, get the information that they need out of it. Because at the end of the day, you have to remember, Google is trying to sell ads. So first and foremost, they want ads that people are going to click on. Because if they click on the ad, then they're not clicking on an organic search. And they don't get paid for an organic search. And then they want people to actually get good results or find what they're looking for once they click on that ad. Because if someone clicks on your ad and then they go there and it's not relevant at all to what they're looking for, then that's a bad user experience. And once again, Google will not make money if people are having consistently bad user experiences. So knowing that, what we want to do is we want to give the absolute best user experience for the user. So a lot of times what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a dedicated landing page for every practice area that you're going to target. So if you're a family law attorney, don't just send everyone to your homepage. If don't target the keyword divorce and then send everybody to your homepage. Have a dedicated divorce homepage. So the answer to how many keywords should I be targeting is kind of a strange one because there's a lot of different strategies, and it really depends on how much content and what you have on your landing page also. But I would definitely say only, so definitely don't throw every single practice area in one ad campaign and or ad set or whatever it's called, ad group. Facebook and Google I get the names backwards. I believe it's an ad group on Google. So what you want to do is basically there's not really a number that you should target, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that everything's related. Child custody and divorce should be two different ad sets. There's broad match modifier, exact match. There's a lot of different things like that I'm not really going to get into right now because they're a little bit more advanced in terms of keywords. But that's really the biggest thing. I don't, you really just want to make sure that your keywords are all kind of organized in a way that they're all related, and then each ad group has a dedicated landing page that supports that ad group. Because if you have a lot, like if you're doing divorce, for example, and you've got a lot of keywords that are all related to divorce and your ad says divorce, and then you send them to a landing page that talks about family law in general and is not really focused on divorce, then that's not as good of an experience as if you sent them to a page that was all about divorce and talked about, every single question that anyone could ever have about divorce. And it's got, it's got divorce in the page title and the H1 header. And then, actually another thing is if you use meta keywords, meta keywords aren't really used for SEO anymore. Well, for Bing they are, but for Google, meta keywords are really a thing of the past. But if you put meta keywords, if you put your keywords in the meta keywords, for some reason, I've found that it gives you better results. So that's a tip. But yeah, I mean, it's basically it's not necessarily how many keywords you have. It's more making sure that your keywords are organized properly and that your ads are going to the right place. Because if you get a high quality score, you'll actually get a discount. Like if you can get your quality score at a 10 or a 9, and it's based out of 10, then you'll actually get cheaper ads. It'll cost you less every time someone gets a click, and you'll have to bid less. Versus if you're at like a 4 and a 5 or a 3, you're actually going to have to pay more as almost like a penalty because your ads are not as relevant, and Google thinks that something's wrong with your landing page, or not something's wrong with it, but it thinks it's not as relevant, and then people aren't going to have that great of an experience. So that's my suggestion in terms of keywords. It's not necessarily how many, just make sure that they're targeting the right thing. And I've talked about in the past, I talked about these things called SKAGs, which is single keyword ad groups. Sometimes those work, sometimes they don't. Those you kind of have to play around with, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend just get some relevant keywords and make sure they're going to a relevant page.